Hey, Jacob, I guess I'll just start with this. What was said at halftime after a rough first half, and how do you think you guys responded there in the second half?
Sanchez came in with a lot of energy to wake us up. I felt like a lot of us were asleep and weren't ready to start off the game, and we came out and showed out.
Jeff.
How did the ball go in on that shot?
Man, I have no clue. I wanna go watch that again, but I got my 2 points, so I was happy.
I think Ish gave you the ball on that pass. You know the hours he puts in,
Yeah.
on his own. To see him shoot like that, was that just kind of confirmation of what he can do as a shooter?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like 12 points is even nothing. I feel like he can explode for more points and catch fire for even more points. And yeah, I think he's a great player. He puts in a lot of work, and he will thrive in this team.
Preston.
Y'all had lost 2 games coming into this, and obviously you didn't get off to the start that you wanted to. How do y'all keep the head up? You said Sanchez came in with a lot of energy, but how do you kind of keep it up going forward?
I feel like leadership from our older guys. They talked to me at halftime. We just had to regroup, and at halftime we have time for just players to talk. And it was a wake-up call for me and some of the younger guys, and just like it woke me up for sure. And then from there, I was ready to go.
Great.
How do you guys solve the turnover issues? What are some of the things you guys are doing in practice to figure that out and get that right?
We work on like passing drills in practice. We work on that a lot, actually. I feel like in the game, we just have to be a lot more tougher when you have the ball. I feel like we're lacking toughness right now. When we play better teams, that'll definitely hurt us a lot. So I feel like we'll just be better in that and be more tough out there.
Eli Bennett got in for you guys at the end, came up with a play, steal. How excited were you to see that, and just talk about him?
Man, I wish there was a few more seconds and we could make a highlight play right there, but I'm so happy for Eli. He works hard in practice, and I'm just happy to see him in there.
Jeff.
What's it been like combining final exams with basketball during this stretch?
Yeah, last night I had a lot of homework, so I was kind of up late doing work. So I felt that this morning, but it was definitely hard. So I'm glad I got my finals out the way and got all my work done, and I'm free for the weekend.
All right, last one, Preston.
Y'all got you've had some tough games already. You've got Memphis coming up next Wednesday. Just kind of how do y'all get ready for that one, a tough opponent, and kind of your first big game here at JPJ?
We'll go back to the drawing board. Practice will be hard. I feel like our practice has already been really hard, so we're gonna keep going at it, stack days, and I feel like we'll be ready for that team and come hard.
Thanks, Jacob.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, we'll have Coach Diaz or
I know you put in a lot of time on your shot. Did you lose any confidence when it wasn't going down in the games the way you're used to?
Not really. It's just a matter of staying ready. So you trust the work you do, and eventually it's going to go in.
What effect does it have on it when it goes in like it did tonight, though?
It felt good, but some are going to go in, some are not going to go in. So you just try to stay level-headed.
When the team is struggling in the first half, what's kind of your thought process when you go in the game and knowing that maybe if you hit a couple of shots, you can give the team some life?
Yeah, just try to go in and impact whatever I can, give them a spark, give them some energy, make some plays, be sound with the ball, play good defense. Just try to come in and give life.
Jackie.
In the second half, it seems like you and Jacob were on the same wavelength. What changed in the second half for you guys? Even Elijah, I think, scored 13 out of 15. What was the difference?
I feel like we're just playing a lot more energy, a lot more physical. Jacob and Elijah did a good job getting in the paint, converting on plays down there. And I feel like we're looking for more physical, aggressive plays down there, and I think that they were big.
Jeff.
You and Jacob are the first years on the roster. What's it been like playing with him, and what have you seen from him as a player?
Nah, it's been great. Jacob's high energy, off the court, on the court. He's a good dude to play with. I love him, so he's been big for us, and he's going to continue to be big for us. So.
Michael, then Jeff.
There was a three you hit with around 9 minutes left that gave you guys the lead for good, and the crowd really erupted on that one. How did that feel to have that for maybe sort of the first time? Nah, it felt good. Like you dream about playing in environments like that, on a big stage like this, so it felt good.
This is your first semester as a college student. What has it been like balancing basketball with final exams?
That's been all right. You gotta just make time for priorities. You gotta just set aside some time for studying, whether it's like in the night or just little pockets of time. But still trying to get your work in on the basketball court. So it's just time management.
Preston, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach said he came in with a lot of energy at halftime, but Jacob also mentioned some of the other veterans on the team. Who are those guys that kind of talk to y'all when your heads are down, if you're losing 2 in a row and you're down in the first half? Who are those guys, and what did they say?
Yeah, like guys who have been here before, like IMAC, Andrew Rohde, Tane, even some of our new guys to the program, but are experienced, like Elijah Saunders. They all just kind of keep us composed and like, all right, guys, like we gotta pick it up, but let's not get too low, let's not get too high. We just gotta nail down on the details and really like play with more heart. And I feel like those guys do a good job of helping the rest of us get back together.
Your first big home game next week against Memphis. Any excitement for that, or are you just stuck in finals right now?
Nah, it's always exciting to play, especially at JPJ. So it's gonna be a fun one for sure.
When Day-Day went down, did you have a sense that you would get more playing time? Your role would increase a little bit after you got hurt at SMU, and then obviously into tonight.
Yeah, I was ready to do whatever the team needed. So my number was called. I was ready to go.
It was a tough loss last Saturday in Dallas. You guys have had some tough games against fellow high major competition. What do you think needs to change as you guys get ready to play more of those teams once Memphis comes to town and obviously into the ACC schedule?
Right, we got to continue to build our chemistry both defensively, offensively, learn how to talk to each other more, learn how to just keep our competitive nature for the length of the game and not let up during certain times, because sometimes we have teams and we let up. But just continue to keep that competitive endurance is going to be big for us. And I think we're making steps.
Jeff.
How much point guard had you played before you got to UVA? Because I know you've been used in that role some here.
Yeah, I played some point guard in high school, for sure, and I'm comfortable making plays off the dribble and stuff like that. So really, whatever they need me to do, I can do.